Alright guys, welcome back to the DraftKings Set My Lineup Showdown. Sorry I missed you guys on Monday if you were looking for the video, but here we are with Thursday night football. We've got the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars at 8:20 p.m. This is the 19th of September, so let's get after it. Week 3 kicking off. If you guys watched my videos before, you already know we use expert consensus projections. We adjust those projections, the value of those projections up and down based on the Vegas lines, and mostly looking at the spread and whether or not they think it's going to be a big or a low game. We're not taking the lines for what they are. So anyway, let's jump right into this. I'm going to hop over to our spreadsheet and show you what's going on. We're doing again just the showdown game for this Thursday night. In this episode, we're going to try and break down as many showdown games as we can this year. We've only missed a couple so far, so go ahead and stay tuned and subscribe if you are interested in getting more of this type of information. Sorry for that. And here we go. Here are my projections. So these are the best value projections, best value plays you can put in here. So you don't want to look at this list and just go down here and start everyone at the top and plug in the Jaguars as your captain. That's not what this is trying to tell you. This is telling you that these are going to be the guys that you can plug in and flex that are going to save you a ton of money so you can play the more expensive players, if that makes sense, right? And then on this right side over here is going to be, these are going to be the most valuable captains you can play to give you the most money left. So depending on the style of game you're playing, you might play different strategies using these numbers. Traditionally, you're going to want your highest scoring player in the game to be your captain, but sometimes you can just create so much value by plugging in one of these guys like A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, or maybe even, where was my boy? D.J. Westbrook isn't too bad, or really like Chris Conley right here. So anyway, you could plug these guys in or your kicker in and save a ton of money. And by doing that, you can kind of stack a decent lineup over here. But I generally like to go with my highest scoring players on the captain side, regardless of where the value is. So I'll take the best value, high scoring player, which is going to be Leonard Fournette. So he's going to be a good option to build a lineup around. Gardner Minshew is also going to be pretty good just to save you a little bit of money. If you're going to build a Leonard Fournette lineup and you're planning on having Gardner Minshew because you're going to do a little bit of a stack, you can kind of choose which one you're going to throw into your captain spot to save a little bit of money right there based on the game. Anyway, based on the projections though, Leonard Fournette I think is maybe going to have a little bit better of a game. And same thing with Derrick Henry. I think it's going to be pretty low scoring. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. But at the same time, if you're going to play contrarian to what the line is saying, to what maybe the public is going to be thinking, then go ahead and play your Minshew and your Mariota lineup and avoid stacking your running back so heavily. So that being said, the Titans have been off to a great start this year. They're still only projected 9.8, but that's why you have such a disparity in their price. 3,800 only for the Jags, 9,200 for the Titans. Titans are on the road. It's kind of the road team having this big of a disparity in defensive points is kind of crazy to me. I don't think that Jalen Ramsey is going to be that horrible today because of the little bit of drama they got going on. So let me go ahead and hop on over there. We're going to use these projections and build us a lineup or two. All right, so if you see, we've got Corey Davis, AJ Brown. I like a D-Day Westbrook, but I think I'm going to do a Leonard Fournette lineup to start, just because we're going to play a running back heavy lineup. So let's do that. In our captain spot, we got Leonard Fournette. Now, we don't know if we want to play Minshew yet because we're just saying the running back's going to do well. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to have a quarterback stack with your running back. So let's see what happens if we leave the QBs off the board. Say it's a running back heavy game and we get the next two best potential players from there based on our projections. Boom, 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 boom. Day-Day Westbrook, not a huge value at that price point, but I like that. And Delaney Walker. Should we plug these two guys in? And let's see what that looks like. Day Westbrook hasn't really been showing up yet, but I think it's going to turn around for him. He's only had he only got 1 of 5 targets. 5 targets isn't good. We like to see guys with like 14 targets. I could pull up a target spreadsheet, but this is kind of something I'll look at a little bit when I'm building my lineup as well. Pretty much every single news is going to tell you the targets they got last year because they know everyone wants to look at that, or last week. So we're just going to kind of hop in here and look at all that type of thing. We got last game 5-7, home game 7, away games 5. So Shark, I think, is the guy that's getting all the targets, right? Not really. I mean, they're spreading the ball around. But Day Westbrook, I think, is the best. But if you think about this, Day Westbrook is probably going to be manned up with Jalen Ramsey quite a bit, but we don't know how good Ramsey's going to be. So I'm going to throw some with Westbrook in it, and then I'm going to avoid him in a lot of lineups. And maybe go Chris Conley and DJ Shark. So let's hop back over to the projections real quick and see how Chris Conley and DJ Shark match up. We've got $7,000 for Chris Conley, 9.45. That's pretty good. DJ Shark doesn't make the list. That means I've got an error in my projections. So just 1 second. Let me go to the flex. DJ Moore. So Shark must have a D.J, right? Let's see if that fixed it real quick, guys. No, he's still not here. Oh, he's got a junior. I'm sorry, give me 1 more second. I just gotta edit this real quick. Oh, can't do that. There we go. Alright, I apologize about that, guys. We're back into it. We got DJ Shark edited up right there. We got him on the projections with his name correctly. So sometimes when we've got juniors and seniors and firsts, my thing gets messed up. And then at the same time, when there's a DJ, it gets messed up. And we just had a double whammy with DJ Shark having a DJ Shark Jr., DJ, and the Junior. Anyway, back into our display of our projections. Where did DJ Shark pop up? There he is. 7,600 at 10.5. I had a feeling he'd be above Chris Conley and just below Day Westbrook. You play who you think Jalen Ramsey's not going to be covering the whole game. And if you don't think Jalen Ramsey's going to play to his full potential with the trade stuff coming up, I kind of disagree. I think he's going to play like he always does. He's going to play hard football and stop whoever he's going against. So I'm going to kind of go. I'm going to create this lineup multiple times that I'm about to build right here, and I'm going to plug and play Day Westbrook, DJ Shark, and Chris Conley in. So let's hop back over here. Derrick Henry, Leonard Fournette. We already know we're going to put Delaney Walker, and let's put in the most expensive Shark so we can build the rest of our lineup out. So we've got, if we want to go with a QB based on what we've done so far, you probably want to lean Minshew because Shark's probably going to have a better upside for that compared to Delaney Walker. And Minshew's also going to leave tons of money on the board. So if we were to play Minshew here, you're probably going to go with another playmaker for Jacksonville. Oh, we don't have any money for doing that. We can't do that, guys. I didn't think about that. No QBs in this. We're going skill players only. So you've got Corey Davis and AJ Brown, but if you stack both of those, you would think that the Titans QB is going to do good. And you can't do that anyway because we don't have enough money. So we go down here, the defenses. We've got the Titans, the Jags. We've got Santos and Lambeau as well. So let's hop back on over here and see what they say. They say that the Jags, Lambeau, and Santos is who we should start in that order. And the Titans are too expensive, and they are going to be a little bit too rich for our blood considering where we're at. So that's who we have to pick from the bottom here. I like Santos better than Lambeau this week, so we're going to do Lambeau in. And we can afford the Titans defense by doing that. Now this seems a little bit silly, kind of contrarian a little bit. Derrick Henry, Delaney Walker, Leonard Fournette, DJ Shark, Cairo Santos. Now you've got the Titans defense. So we're hoping that the Titans defense does work on Gardner Minshew and gets these points back. Minshew gets a couple big ones off to DJ Shark. Leonard Fournette has the show for the rest of the time for the Jaguars. The Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry running the clock out with the lead at the end because they're supposed to win the game, and Delaney Walker catching some, hopefully sniping a touchdown. So you want to make sure there's a game plan. That's kind of how you check your lineup after it's built. One thing that's bad about this lineup is we're looking at $100 left only in the remaining salary. This is a single entry that I'm doing here for $6. I love kind of creating a single entry. So you may want to be a little bit more contrarian than this, leave some more money on the board, and the easy way to do that is to go with the cheapest of these Jaguars receivers, right? So we can come down here and grab a Chris Conley or maybe even a Marquise Lee to put money back in the remaining salary. And again, the reason you do that is to be a little bit contrarian to the rest of the field. And yeah, like I kind of mentioned earlier as well, some people will say you can't really stack these skill players without the QBs, but that's kind of silly to me. I mean, you're playing literally two running backs and two receivers from, two receiving players from both teams. And these are running backs that aren't necessarily known for being heavy receivers. So I think this is very well played to the game plan that both Marcus Mariota and Gardner Minshew don't exactly have their best showings tonight. So yeah, I'm going to enter this right now. Boom, entered in for $6. This is the small $6 30K lineup that I'm doing. Let me see if you guys can see this easily in my build. So I've got a bunch of small entries going right now. I'm going to probably throw some ones into these bigger lineups, but I wanted to show you something that's really fun and easy to do to learn. Right here, max entry is $10 or 10 cents. So if you haven't done 20 entry maxes yet and you don't have the money to really invest in doing that and you're just kind of new to this and you've never really played mass lineups, a volume of lineups before, come down to this cheap entries and find things like this. So to get your hand tested at 20 entry maxes is 10 cents. It's $2 and you get 20 entries in. It's not a ton of winnings off, but you're playing for $2. And the point is to play and try different strategies with your lineups. So like I was saying with the lineup that I just created, I'm going to go through and plug and play those three receivers for each other, and then plug and play the defenses and kickers at the bottom for each other, and just recreate that same lineup 20 times essentially with those little minor plugs and plays. That way you're not sitting there at the end of the day like, oh man, I wish I had that guy in. So that's how you win, and that's how you try and create lineups for your 20 stacks. Sometimes you might want to do 5, 5, 5, 5. Kind of have 5 different game plans, or you might want to go in with one game plan and 20 different strategies for that game plan. It's kind of all up to you on how you want to do that, where you want to spread your risk out. There's also other ones. There's 25-cent one right here. And then you can also keep an eye out. There's not a great option right now, but you can keep an eye out for the ones that are like 10 cents that have unlimited entries. So you can pay $15 and you'll get 150 lineups. And that's where you can practice how you would enter into, say, the $1 million moneymaker lineups on Sundays with only $10 a pop. You're going to do that's $1,500 for 150 lineups, right? So if you want to practice that with $15, come on down here and do this NFL Showdown 5K dime package right here. All right. So anyway, thanks again for checking out this stream, and yeah, I'm gonna jump back over and let you guys see the projections one last time before I shut you down. So defenses, kickers, running backs, that's what I'm doing this game mostly. I'm going to kind of avoid these quarterbacks a little bit just because the Vegas lines, in my own opinion, I don't think that the QBs are going to do that well. I think we're going to see a lot of the running backs and defensive game here. Titans should have a good game. Even though they're on the road, they're projected to do really well. But Jaguars projection price is really good. I didn't create any lineups with Adam Humphries, but Adam Humphries is going to be your winner as the best value play in the entire game at only $3,200 for $699. So if you're trying to create 6.99 projected, if you're trying to create an extremely stacked lineup by throwing a value play into your captain or into your lineup somewhere, it's probably going to be Adam Humphries that you go with. in that situation. So thanks again for checking out the stream. Please subscribe if you like what we did here, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend when I get some videos out for Sunday. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.